Okay, folks. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the delayed live stream of the Purpose Driven Trader. Glad that you're here. I apologize. I literally said in the chat, let's get started, and my internet went out. Just like that, just disappeared. As you can see on my screen behind me, it's still not connecting to there, but I'm grateful that I'm hardwired in and it's now working again. So I apologize. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to open in prayer, and then the market's opening in 1 minute. I'm not going to be able to do the 930 model. I haven't even looked at the charts. I mean, I'm looking at them right now, but literally I have not done any analysis on it. So we're going to go ahead, open in prayer, and then we will go ahead and get started with our analysis. So, Father, we just honor you this morning. Thank you, Father, that in the good and the bad, Father, you're still on the throne. And I thank you that you work all things out for the good for those who love you. And Lord, we love you. I thank you for your goodness, your mercy. Thank you for your faithfulness, Father. You are a faithful God. So today I just pray a blessing over everyone here, Lord, that they would see just a tangible expression of your goodness in their lives today. A tangible expression of your faithfulness today. That they, as they go about their day, Father, would say, God is good because of something you're doing in their lives. I pray a blessing over each one here. A blessing over our trading here this morning. In Jesus' name. And everyone said in the chat, amen. Good morning, everyone. I don't know. I honestly don't even know how many people are here. We'll see. We'll get going. Why don't we do that? So I'm a little bit behind on some other things here. So is, it seems, my life behind. Running kids around, doing all that stuff. But here we go. Let's start with our analysis. Market opens in 18 seconds. Let's see what we got here. Oh, no, it's been open for 40 seconds. There's our candle. We're on the 1 hour time frame. Let's bump it up to the daily. What do we got? So yesterday, we wicked lower, and then we took our trade higher, a push higher, and then it did that the rest of the day till, guess when? 3 p.m. and it gave us a 3 p.m. reversal. I did not participate in the 3 p.m. reversal. I was not in front of my computer. I probably was, actually, but I was doing other stuff. So I did not take the 3 p.m. reversal. If you'd like, we can review it today. I wouldn't mind taking a look at it. I really haven't looked. I just saw that it was at 3 p.m. that the market literally turned and ran like 100 some points. So we are inside currently right now. So we have 77% chance there, or a 77% chance there. 11% chance that it doesn't run either of those. So dropping down to the 4 hour time frame, we've mitigated this 4 hour. And we have this 4 hour right here. This is what's left for a 4 hour time frame as far as unmitigated. And I should add, we have this 4 hour sitting right here, which has not been tagged. Okay, it's overlapping with the 1 hour, which you'll see. We're really close to tagging it, and more than likely we will tag it. But if we're going to see continuation with this weekly fair value gap finding support higher, this is where I anticipate us to find that support. I anticipate us to find that support maybe around equilibrium even. And if it wants to go higher, that's where I would anticipate it. I haven't decided if I'm bullish or bearish as of yet. I think the 4 hour candle will be a big indication, depending on how this closes, will be a big indication. Just like how this candle was my big indication that we should see higher prices, and we did. From the close of that candle, we saw another 178 points from the close. And that was just because we decided from this bullish candle, we should see bullish price action. Now, obviously, it doesn't work every single time because this candle did not run higher. It did sweep, but it ended up closing inside the previous range. So it's obviously not a guaranteed way to read the market, but it does give great indications on where you have a higher probability chance. So we have this sweep of liquidity I really want to pay attention to. Right there. Let me get my execution screen up. I didn't realize I didn't have it up. I thought I logged into it. There we go. I know I was logged into it. I don't know why I didn't. All right, we're good. So dropping down to the 15-minute time frame, we ran this 15-minute, closed below it. We have one final 15-minute fair value gap sitting right here. Based on the way it's looking, we could wick down into there, and I'd be interested to see how that actually closes. If we close back up inside that, or if we stay down here. We have nothing unmitigated here. We have this 15-minute still way down here. We already hit this hourly, and this hourly has already been tagged. So nice sell-off so far this morning. From 6 p.m. we've ran our London high and London low. Let's go ahead and mark our opening range gap here and midnight. Oh, we'll do our midnight open first here. Midnight open. And then our opening range gap. I think, who was asking me about opening range breakouts? Who was that? Who on the chat was asking me about opening range breakouts? Come on, who was it? Who was it? Who was it? Because I decided to start checking them out, and I have about a 56% win rate with a 1 to 2 risk to reward, and it's been playing out pretty nicely. So yeah, I'm backtesting it right now, and I have 40 trades, and I'm up like $10,000 with one micro or one mini contract. So it's maybe we'll talk about some of that today. Okay, opening price 930. And we do not have our first presented fair value gap as of yet. I really want this to be tagged if I'm looking for a long, folks. I mean, it makes no sense to go long when it's four and a half handles away. Let me look at the 4 hour here. 4 hour is lower. Hourly is lower. We have a hourly 4 hour sweep of the 6 a.m. candle. 6 a.m. candle swept the 2 a.m. candle, and then the 8 a.m. candle swept the 7 a.m. candle. The 15-minute time frame, we are going to more than likely get some type of 15-minute fair value gap. All signs for lower prices, but if we tag this and then move higher, there may be an opportunity for a long here. Let me look back at the daily here and see what we might be missing. We do have a daily fair value gap right there. Mark that daily fair value gap for November 4th. That's the high. Interesting. Now that we've mitigated pretty much all of the weekly and both the daily's volume imbalance and gap, this might be of interest. That daily fair value gap. We also have a daily inversion fair value gap sitting at the high right here. This is the 1 hour. We have that inversion most likely going to take place on the hourly right here. But there's nothing below this 4 hour and hourly. We are within 50% of the range, and we're about to hit 50% of that. So I don't know about this. All right, so we tagged the hourly right now. We're getting some displacement. Jan Patrick, what's up? We didn't just take out London low, did we? Was that London low? I thought we already took out London low. Let me mark that. Nice big sell-off pre-market into the open here. But with this being right here, I'm not interested in trying to take a short and us running London low. Is that a 5 minute? We got a 5 minute fair value gap sitting here. Patience is the way to go, folks. Patience, patience, and something clear. We want clear. We want clarity. Now, if we do get this push right here, it wouldn't surprise me if we do that. I mean, aggressive movement lower, and then it just slowly works its way back higher. All the best moves have been to the downside as of late. It's what I prefer, to be honest. 15 minutes going to be closing here in 1 minute. I like this better. A little bit higher. 41. What have we swept? Okay, this is from a 4-hour perspective. We dug into that. I like this for a further move towards this daily fair value gap. So narrative wise, I think I'm going to maintain a bullish narrative from continuation from yesterday. Following, what I want to see first was the retracement here. We hit the key level, I think is important. And then I would like to see us move towards the daily fair value gap. I think that's the narrative I want. And now I just need to see my confirmation for that. 10 o'clock here will be helpful to see if we get a 4-hour sweep. We're sweeping the 6 a.m. candle is sweeping the 2 a.m. candle right now. So we technically don't need anything else. We're going to have a 5-minute change in state of delivery here shortly. It's anchored here because this is the only candle that reached into this area. If this candle also reached into the hourly, 4 hour, and 5 minute, I would have anchored it to the opening price of this 4 hour or 5 minute candle. But so this is why it's anchored there. From a 15-minute time frame, if we were waiting for that 15-minute change in state of delivery, it's going to be on 9:30. The 9:30 level is our 15-minute change in state of delivery as well. We also have, obviously, this obvious breaker right here. Looks nice. You bet, Jan. I'm glad you're here. God bless you, man. We do have a market structure shift right here. We broke above that high. We'll see if we find support here around this last 1 minute order block right here. This technically is ICT's model 2022. Right there. Is this our first presented fair value gap at 940? We got a lot going on here. Sorry. It looks like we're going to make a lower low. We'll see. The 4 hour, we have just wicked below on the 4 hour on ES, and we swept the lows on the hourly as well. Obviously, if you sweep on the 4 hour, you're sweeping on the hourly. Yeah, we could. That could be a possibility. All right, so we don't need that. We don't need this. Did we get that 5 minute change in state of delivery? Look at that. We did not get the 5 minute change in state of delivery. You see that? So we can remove that because we're making a lower low. And so this will probably be the, since we have a up close candle here, this will be our 5 minute change in state of delivery, depending on how it closes, obviously. What's up, Joe? Good morning. Jeff, good morning. How are you doing? Matt, how are you doing? Godfidence, good to see you. John, good morning. BC, good morning. Jackie, good morning. MJ, good morning. Rob, Calvin, Isaac, Sean, Jason, Kay, good morning. Motor Racing, Karen, good morning. Steel Pulse, good morning. Corey, good morning. You got it, Jonathan. No trades for me yet. No trades for me as of yet. What strategy are we using today? We are using the wait and see strategy. wait and see if something shows up, and then we take the strategy that's appropriate. We're waiting for confirmation of a reversal or a continuation, and really we probably need to wait for 10 a.m. for that. We are around key levels right now. The 4-hour, the hourly, the 5-minute, the previous day midpoint. We also have a new day opening gap high, new day opening gap low. We're inside the new week opening gap. There's a lot of stuff happening right here that there's a lot of different directions that price could go to. So we want to see where the hourly is going to close. And admittedly, it looks very bearish. And we want to see how that closes. And then we want to look at the 4-hour and see how that closes. If we close below this 4-hour, you better believe we're running this direction. So we're watching this 4-hour fair value gap to see if we close below it. Because the odds of it running the other direction after an inversion is very unlikely. Has it happened before? Sure. Yeah, it has. Here's an example. Here's an example. 4-hour fair value gap. We closed above it. Consolidated. Wicked higher. So maybe you could say it did run higher, but eventually it ran the other direction. So I would say that was violated before it swept any type of liquidity. But here's the thing I will say. When we are in line with the direction of order flow, which right now order flow is bearish, when we have an inversion to the downside, it runs. So inversions to the bias side, higher time frame, overall trend bias side can fare for a very big move. So I am bullish. That's what I wanted, but it will change if we close below this 4-hour. So I need to see how do we respect this 4-hour at 10 o'clock to really give me direction for the rest of the day potentially. Honestly, I don't see much lower. That's the thing. That's the thing. When you go to the daily time frame, I mean, I guess we have a little bit of this weekly candle left that we could reach for. There's a volume imbalance down here. Sure, I'll mark that out. We'll mark that volume imbalance out. And we'll mark it as a weekly fair value gap. Technically, it's a weekly volume imbalance. IV. So there's a volume imbalance down here. Sure. Here's 9:30 from yesterday. 9:30, that was the low of the opening or the regular trading hours. So regular trading hours, low, previous day, low of day. A lot of letters there. Regular trading hours, previous day, low of day. That's what that is right there. No trades. Nothing yet. Just sitting. I have decided I will follow Jesus. Anywhere you lead me, that's where we will go. I have decided. All right. 4 hour is closing below. Hourly is closing below. Tagged the new week opening gap low. New candle, 10 a.m. Swept the 4 hour low as of right now. We'll see what this entails. A lot of big candles here moving to the downside. Bearish inversion. This is going. I mean, that's going to be tagged here any second. It's just, if it doesn't get tagged and it retraces, I would target it. But it looks like it just ran it right there. Not my favorite price action. I mean, it's nice, but it's just nothing here that I would have been able to trade. Yeah, it's a big 1 hour candle. We have a 15-minute BISI down here that we can keep an eye on. We have a swing low, 6 a.m. swing low down here from Wednesday. So running this low and then sweeping into this 15-minute would be the next logical point of interest. So if we can fail a push higher and then continue lower, maybe there's an inversion we could take to the downside. But right now, I mean, it's just like, you know, maybe close your eyes, click the button, and hope you make some money. Wild with the rate cuts, they don't want to go higher. Probably just liquidizing longs before they run higher to use the news as manipulation. I would say it's the other way around, Jonathan. It was priced in before, and then the news hits, we get it, and then the price dumps because you trade, you buy the rumors, you sell the news. Does that make sense? You buy on the rumors, higher, 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 and then it happens, then you sell everything. That's the manipulation style, in my opinion. Friday CE is possibility. I mean, there's not a single retracement, and this, I couldn't do a retracement. Who can tell me why I didn't take a short here? Who can tell me why I didn't take a short here? Okay, we tagged 930. Why didn't I take a short there? That's a good one. No 5-minute change in state of delivery. But I didn't see that till afterwards. The primary reason was we had hourly, 4-hour, and 5-minute and previous day equilibrium all right here. Like, you anticipate these levels to hold. That's the truth. For me, as a predominantly reversal trader, when it comes to levels like these, you anticipate these to hold because they do. So when they don't, the move's already happened. And now, since the move has already begun, we haven't had any opportunity since we had the 10 a.m. close or the 10 a.m. open. Let's go ahead and mark 10 a.m., by the way. That's just a good place to note. There's not a wick on that 10 a.m. candle. You see that? That tells me we're probably going to come back up. Okay? So if you go to the hourly, look at that 10 a.m. candle. Do you see a wick there? There's barely a wick on this bad boy. There's going to be a wick here. So we are going to come back up here in this hour. I'm confident in that. So with that being said, maybe if we get aggressive move here, I might take this inversion. I don't like that there's a fair value gap here, though. Do I use ICT's top of the hour and bottom of the hour trade windows? Yes, I do. Didn't hit the previous day high above? No, it didn't. I'm gonna take this long to the 10 a.m. high. To the 10 a.m. candle. Where do I want my stop loss? Let's go here.
Order canceled.
Well, got slapped real quick. Jeff, I was playing that we don't have a wick on the 10 a.m. And I mean, it's going to get hit. There's no doubt in my mind. Like, extremely high probability. And I took the inversion, hitting this, and then wanting to see it come back down here. That was the idea. Is we sold off here, stopped right before some liquidity, inversion, 10 a.m., give us a wick, and then run all that to the 15-minute. That was the idea. If it gives me that order block, that will probably be more appropriate.
Order submitted.
I'm going to try this one last time. What is that level? Previous day. And I might cut it here and be done. Yep. We'll see if it wants to hold right here. And if it doesn't, we will call it there. Nope. Not wanting to do it. I think I probably put that too high in my mind of expectations. Just to be honest with you. I didn't put it back on the screen because I didn't want anybody to try to follow that. That's a little disappointing. That's all right. You get what you get. A second here. It was fun while it lasted. I've been testing a 1 minute on a 5 minute on the first 5 minute candle. I'm closing my funded and eval accounts because I took 2 losses. So I'm only going to be doing a personal 1 micro contract for the rest of the day. Yeah, John. So we have a sweep of liquidity right here. This would be our breaker to the upside. We still haven't ran that low. We made equal lows. We have the 15-minute lower. I like this here. I mean, I'm still playing that whole idea to 10 a.m. We swept, closed green, have an inversion. Feel like taking 3 trades with the same idea does not seem wise. Even though this one probably looks the most probable. Not gonna do it, even though it's probably gonna work out. Maybe if we dip back down into here and we get the retracement entry. I'm not opposed to that. Good job, BC. All right, I'm going to enter there. Stop's going to be below this fair value gap. 1 micro. Let me see here. Am I missing anything? 10 a.m. 15-minute. There's a 15-minute fair value gap right at the 10 a.m. candle. I like that. Found support on the regular trading hours previous day low of day candle. There's equals. We should post right through that. All right. 10 a.m. There it is. All right. Close that trade for 25, 30 points. Yeah, I know. It's just irritating. Having to accept a loss on my accounts and then having it play out. But it is what it is. The goal right now for me would be to maintain composure, keep my accounts. They're all closed except for this one account, and not trade it the rest of the day. That has now become the primary goal for the rest of the day. And it's disappointing that it happens within the first hour of the trading day. Let's see here. Yeah, I think we're going to probably grind higher, do our initial push, do our initial retracement again, and then do something like this. So we took the breaker on that trade right here. That was our entry. We also took it based on the sweep of this liquidity and the tag of the equal lows, creating equal lows right there. Glad it worked out, Steele. Good morning, Wendy. No, I'm writing some notes. Let's see if it wants to come back down and retest that breaker again. If you hear a printer, it's my wife printing some stuff in the background. Yeah, let me see if we can find some music. Let's see. What's up? All right, so from a 15-minute perspective, we've wicked into that 15-minute fair value gap. From an hourly perspective, we have created that 10 a.m. wick. We've created equal lows. I honestly would not be looking to go long. I mean, we could leave those equal lows there if we wanted to and move higher. We could retrace a little bit more and then make our way down there. Honestly, that printer is quite annoying. I'm glad you can't hear it. It's extremely loud. Sounds like money being printed. Oh, I thought it was done. All right, so 5 minute. Honestly, there we go. It feels more at peace now. Here's what I want to mark. I want to mark out this top, this high to low. This is 50%. Right now, honestly, what I'd be looking for here is a failure swing lower. If we can get this candle right here, or this fair value gap to hold, and we start moving up, I would be looking potentially for a long to basically go deeper into that range and holding this for later. If we break through this, there's a good chance we are going to run for that equal low. It is 10:32 right now. So we'll see where this candle wants to go. And if it goes, it's probably going to hit this. I just don't like that it's 10:30. This happening right now. No, I'm just saying I'm looking at both options. I think we probably run lower. We've done our job up there. The 15 minute, let's see if this closes, where it closes. Yeah, the 15 minute here gave us that rebalance. The hourly came back, gave us a wick, and we could see lower prices. But for me, what would be the confirmation is our close below this and not finding support. There's too many times that this level right here will find support when we're not inside the macro. And sometimes it will close just below it and then it aggressively moves the other direction. All right, so there's weak close below, but it still is a close below. see what happens here. All right, so there's a sweep. I would anticipate us to run to that low there. All right. I did take a trade on that, just a quick scalp with that close, anticipating us to come into there. So I got 20 points out of that. I did close it already. It was on this close and the slight retracement of it. I would like to be able to get better at finding these spots right here to be able to take those trades, because taking the trade up here is far, I mean, there's no question. Would you prefer to take the trade from here or here? Even though you'd think there's less risk taking it here, I think there's just as much risk taking it here as there is here. But there needs to be some level of confirmation here that would give us the indication for that, and I just don't think we had it. We have a 5-minute going into this 5-minute fair value gap, and that change in state of delivery would have been down here in the middle of that 1-minute fair value gap. We didn't retrace 50%, so we could have retraced higher. You see what I mean? So there's not really any clear opportunity that we could have capitalized on towards this short other than just a quick scalp, in my opinion. Unless you have a gut feeling that it's going to go lower. I struggle with doing that, especially on my live streams and saying, hey, here's my gut feeling, let's go short. You know what I'm saying? The respecting the CE of the gap. Which gap? Are you talking about the 5-minute fair value gap right here? I mean, yeah, we have a green candle with a fair value gap, but how many times have you seen a second candle push higher than that? Guess it's not immediate all the time. That might be a point to pay attention to. That might be worth backtesting. I'm on a live stream, just FYI. No, that's fine. I'm just saying, in case you just start talking. So I think what I'm suggesting is that if this is the case with what Ken is saying, a 15-minute candle here, if we get that 15-minute candle coming into the fair value gap like this, and then the green candle closes inside of the C3, closes inside of C3, how often do we get 20 points? How often do we move lower before we make a new high from here? So what is that? That's still 40 handles. $20 points, sure. So you look back, here's a candle right here. So just let's go and explore that real quick. Here's a 15-minute candle, fair value gap. There's the candle. It does not make a lower low, but it does move higher. Moves higher, 20 points in 30 minutes. Here's another one right here. It doesn't go lower, but it does go higher, 40 points over time. Here's another one right here. 15-minute candle. Closes inside the range. You've had a 12-point stop loss, but it would have given you a 20-point move there. Here's one where it fails. 15-minute fair value gap, runs and closes lower. $15-minute fair value gap right here. Clicked right here. This one does not play out. This one doesn't play out either. This one does play out. This one does. You would have to be in a higher time frame trend for sure. I don't think we're going sideways here. I think you keep an eye on this. Previous day low. There's 77% chance we're going to run that level. There's so much printing happening behind me. It's insane. I think the previous day low is the target. I don't know what you're talking about, MJ. Way to go, John. I don't see a solid reason for price to have turned short again in the exact area it did. Are you referring to right here? I mean, there's multiple things I could point to. We have 10 a.m. We created the wick. That's what we went higher. We went higher to create the 10 a.m. candle wick. No doubt in my mind. Hindsight. What else do we got around there? We tagged almost to the tick the new day opening gap from Tuesday. Tuesday of this week, we tagged the low of the new day opening gap. We revisited the new week opening gap as well. I mean, I can see it. I don't see why it couldn't retrace there. Sure, I'll take a look at Monday. Let's see where Monday's is. Monday's up here. I mean, the fair value gap's way up here. I already have midnight open on here. Midnight opens up here. 9:30 is here. First presented fair value gap for today is here. First presented for the week was way up here. Oh, it easily could. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't have any indication on how I could have gone short here. Then that's what I was saying earlier. Obviously, I want to take the short up here, but really the only place that I really could take the short was on the 1035 candle. On the close of the 1035 candle, that's where I could have confidently taken a short, despite the anticipation that it could be a false swing lower and we could move higher, because that happens a lot in these situations, especially outside of the macro. So when it kept going lower, I was honestly a little surprised. And when we ran that low and we're closing as a solid candle there, that's when I'm like, I'm going to take a short. I'm going to take a short to this 15-minute fair value gap. And look how we've been trading since we've been inside that 15-minute. So today, I'm 2 for 4. 2 for 4, 2 losses and 2 wins. Unfortunately, I closed my accounts after my 2 losses because I hit my max loss for the day. But then on my personal account, I had 2 wins. Doesn't make me feel any better that I took 2 losses for my funded accounts. Yeah, way to go, John. Yesterday's, Catherine? Are you talking about yesterday's first presented fair value gap? That was really small. The low is 518 and 520. So the first from yesterday is sitting right here. I don't think I would have used that in today's analysis, personally. I would use 930. I would use yesterday's. Look at this. I bet you this is it. I don't even know yet, but I bet you this is it. Check this out. Watch where 930 from yesterday is. Okay, so yesterday 930 price, we run lower and then we run higher the rest of the day. So 930 price is right here from Wednesday. And check this out. I bet you this is it. Yeah, I've seen this happen before. Look at this. There's 930. Do you guys see that? So you got the new day opening gap and 930 price from yesterday. This is why I always put 930 on there. I didn't pull it over from yesterday. I mean, that's pretty convincing, right? Would you agree? That's pretty convincing in my opinion. It's a prominent level that I always track, and we tagged it 3 times without any bodies going over it and then moved lower. It's those types of signatures and price that can give you confidence to take a trade lower like that. You know, BC though, for my second trade, I feel like it was slightly impulsive. Even though the trade idea was there, it was slightly impulsive. So I can't count that as, I will count that as a breaking of my rules for my second trade. I should have waited for a sweep of liquidity. That's just the truth. If I'm being fully transparent, I should have waited for a sweep of liquidity like that. Sure, I could have said this was the sweep of liquidity right there, but this was a full-bodied candle. This one was a wick, and it came closer to that level. So again, it just communicates to me patience is my teammate, and I need to rely on patience more. So I feel like this entry right there off the order block was semi-impulsive. Yes, it technically was within my rules and nothing wrong with it, and I didn't move my stop loss. I just let it run it. But still, I think I could have done a better job of being patient and waiting for something that stood out more. I was more interested in my target than I was looking for that extra confirmation to go long. This right here is an order block. It did give me a signature and price, but we really didn't hit a key level right here, and we came so close to this level. I mean, honestly, you're not wrong. I think I'm probably just harder on myself. But doesn't this look significant? I mean, pretend we don't see any of this. Right? Does this look more attractive to go long? Or does this look more attractive to go long? What do you guys think? Taking all emotions out, we know that this was sell side liquidity sitting right here with a 15-minute fair value gap below. When we're that close, we should anticipate us hitting that low. So does this look more attractive? Or does that look more attractive? Sweep of liquidity here. and I'm not saying this is where you go long. This is just one level of confirmation to look for the long. I think the long becomes real right there. This is where your entry is. This looks, in my opinion, and yes, maybe it's because I know it works out. But that looks more attractive to go towards 10 a.m. than this bullish candle right here. Now, obviously, I didn't know that we were going to get that here, but that's what I'm saying is, like, I think a huge trait of a successful trader is their ability to give up semi-decent looking moves. And I tried it here. It failed. This, I just felt it was semi-impulsive. So the problem that we have as traders, and it shows up in my trading still, is that this feeling of, oh, this looks okay, this looks good, I don't want to miss the trade. And we subject ourselves to B+ trades, negating some further confirmation that would actually make the trade more probable. And we say, oh, we'll take a shot. And if this was my first trade, I wouldn't be mad. If this was my first trade, I wouldn't be mad. But the fact that I tried it once here and then did it again 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes later, that is what irritates me in when I'm looking at my trading. And that's what I was writing down on my sheet, is just noting the impulsive decision to take it, even though my rules presented itself. I still wasn't patient enough. And every time this happens and I journal it, write it down, I get a little bit better, knowing that around the corner we might get better confirmation that we don't know is going to happen. Maybe it doesn't and we miss the trade. Okay. We missed the trade. It's part of trading. But maybe, just maybe, we get the confirmation that gives us the signal that says, oh, okay, I'm really going to pay attention now. And then 2 minutes later it goes, oh, look at this strength following the sweep. This looks like I want to take a risk. We had the right idea. I had the right idea. I just, first trade, sure. We got the inversion. Maybe it could have gone right then and there. I've seen it happen multiple times. But I've also seen the first attempt also fail. Waiting for that second attempt is probably the way I should have gone. How often do you look back at your notes? I catch myself writing notes and rarely looking back at them, just looking for ideas on how to actually study my notes effectively. So I have a to-do list every day of all the stuff that I want to accomplish for the day. And I make these last 2 days at a time. So they're just these small index cards. You can get them on Amazon for like 20 bucks. And it comes in this little, this nice little thing. And it sits right there. See that? Isn't that kind of nice? Oh, can you see it? You can't even see it. Isn't that kind of nice? Let me put my wide face up. Okay, let's zoom in there. Okay. Isn't that kind of nice? So it comes with extra sheets that you just store right here. And then I write my notes, put the date on there, and then anything that I want to see, and then I set it up just like this, and it's right there. So you can put reminders in part of your to-do list to review your notes, sure. But I would probably say the most impactful thing is that you're actually writing it down. Because writing it down is taking that deeper level of connecting your experiences to your subconscious so that later on you can register it. So you while you'll get more benefit in reviewing your notes, you're leaps and bounds ahead of other people by writing it down, even if you don't review it again. And I rarely will review my notes, but when I have, it's always the same thing. It's usually the same thing, very in a different way, and it's just compounding on each other to build that solid foundation for your journey. So that's what I would say would be the best thing. I have sticky notes. I did sticky notes before I went with this, but I just got tired of sticky notes everywhere. I'll be honest with you. I'm like, I want my desk to look nice. So I got this nice looking thing. I got a journal that has this like leather bound binding on it that I can just add different little notes to. And so it just, I mean, doesn't that look good? It's like a little journal. I like it. So nothing fancy, but it is kind of fancy. But to me, it's better than a sticky note for me. Patience is a virtue that I'm working on. Hey, aren't we all? All right, let's see where we're at. So we've made our way here. So if I was you, 11 o'clock right now, I would be waiting for either here to target or here to target. One or the other. Trade 1, trade idea 1, trade idea 2. Those are the only two scenarios. I would not try to go short from here. I would not try to go long from here because we could go and tag that level. We're in a consolidation no man's land. Here's a 15-minute tag of a fair value gap. You would want to wait for the close of this candle to see where it goes. Sometimes you miss it because it will just wick into here and then run lower. But I'm closed out on all my accounts. I'm going to be done for today. 2 losses on my prop accounts and 2 wins on my personal account. That's enough for me for today. And there's now more printing going on behind me, so hopefully it's only 1 page. Today's Thursday. We're going to be doing some back testing and a Q&A for the Purpose Driven Trader Academy. So we're going to be doing that here in about 20 minutes. If you're not a part of that and you're interested in joining the Academy, or you've thought about that, maybe today's the day. Affirmations. I did not get one today, to be honest with you. Yeah, I did not. I will do one for those inside the Purpose Driven Trader Academy, and then I'll post it on X here today. I'll get that done. But we're going to do some back testing. I'll probably talk a little bit about the opening range breakout that I'm back testing, and I'll talk a little bit about the 4-hour reversal back testing that I'm doing. I highly encourage all of you to get a Tradezella account. Best back testing platform I've used, hands down. You can, down in the description is a link. It gives you a discount. I don't get anything from it. As of right now, it just tells me how many referrals I've sent their way. I don't actually get anything. Actually, no, I get 100 credits. I get 100 Zilla credits or something like that. I don't even know what it's for, to be honest with you. Like, what is a Zilla credit gonna do for me? Like, I don't even know. Now, I will tell you, BC, I do my morning devotions every day before my trading. So I'm not going to correlate a missed affirmation to poor trading. Now, I think there's habitual actions that actually help bring resolve, but I'm not going to necessarily correlate that because I've already committed my time to the Lord. So check out Tradezella for back testing. It's best tool out there right now for back testing any ideas that you have, and it helps give you that confidence as far as, hey, I've seen this before. Well, I mean, you can see it before by sitting in front of the markets for hours and hours and hours, or you can back test and you can consolidate those hours and hours and just get significantly more exposure to those types of setups, right? Because 930 only happens once a day. Well, when you back test, 930 can happen 30 times a day. Do you see what I mean? You just condensed so much more activity that happens at 930 if you're looking for specific things to happen, right? This is how I came up with my 930 model. This is how I came up with the initial pump or dump off of the open. That gives me, it's not the best, but I can build off that as I see more and more, right? This is how it works. So with that, guys, we're going to call it a day here. For those that are a part of those purpose-driven traders in the Academy, we're going to do that in the Discord. So that's what we'll be doing that there. With that, guys, God bless. Stay safe. We'll be back here tomorrow, 9:15. God bless you. We will see you and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.